Welcome back to the St. Louis podcast, and thank you for joining me today. Of course, my name is Eric Brown, host here, president at Vi Media, and do other things, which we're going to talk about here today as well. Don't worry, guys. I know I say I own an insulation company. I'm just a part owner. I don't know. I've never been in an attic at one of their jobs. I've been in attics, but just not at one of their jobs. So today we're going to talk to Evan Archambault, of course, the owner and CEO at West County Insulation. Say hello.
Hey, guys.
Thank you for joining.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. All right. So before we were talking, we were like, let's just not ask the same boring questions of what your company does and blah, blah, blah. So I actually found a lot of this very interesting when we started looking in the data of just under-insulated homes and what that leads to in terms of higher energy costs, your HVAC unit performing a hell of a lot more. So let's just start with this. So it says there are, in the metro area in St. Louis, there are 1.2 million housing units, and approximately nationwide, there's 90% of homes are under-insulated. Now, if those two things add up, that means around 1 million homes in St. Louis could benefit from insulation. So 90% are under-insulated. Evan, why is that the case?
Well, just back in the day when they were first building homes, there wasn't a lot of codes. They didn't know a lot about efficiency. Honestly, they didn't know a lot about insulation. They just used very little, or the contractor is trying to cut corners and keep costs down to obviously benefit or get more profit where he sells the home.
Sure.
So he's going to put bare minimum. Then probably in about the 80s, 90s, I actually started coming up with codes on what you had to do minimum for each county. So each county is going to be different. You're going to range from anywhere from an R20 to R15 to an R15 to about an R25. In normal cases,
all the way through the 90s.
Yep, all the way through, exactly.
Okay.
And we're gonna be looking at, let's say, our standard, we got 5 quotes let's say we got 5 quotes going on a day, and that happens 5 days a week. And you're gonna see at least 3 out of those 5 quotes that are gonna be under insulated. There's no house usually, and when we're going into homes that are properly insulated, we're looking at a house that was built in 1995 and up. That's going to be your range of where they're going to be insulated, right? Or an older home you're going into that's already been someone's already came in and added on more insulation.
Got it. So people just didn't know before.
Yeah, they didn't know.
And homeowners obviously didn't know. They didn't have the internet.
No, and at the same time, 90% of the homeowners, 99% of the homeowners are not getting up inside their attic and looking to see if they have insulation or even know what insulation is or if they even need it.
I didn't even think about this before right now, and it's off topic, and neither of us know the answer to this question, but I wonder if, like if homes back in the day, they just didn't keep them as cool and also keep them as hot in the winter, and they just dealt with it. I don't know. I don't remember that far back.
If you think about it, our parents, didn't have.
My parents keep their house annoyingly warm.
Yeah, my parents didn't even, both sides of my family. My mom and my dad didn't have AC until like their 20s.
That's insane in St. Louis.
Yeah, think about that.
That's crazy. When I was in Italy, they said they don't go to school they don't go back to school until like the middle or end of September because a lot of the schools don't have AC. It's too hot. Just too hot. Can't go to school.
Cooking.
Literally can't go to school. It's too hot. And I'm like, that's crazy. Interesting. So, yeah, and obviously no one gets in their attic.
No. it's...
So how are you going to know?
It's one place no one really goes. Unless the most times we see when it is an issue, when homeowners are calling in, it's where it's more realtors.
Yeah.
They're getting inspections in their home, and the inspector gets up there and it's like, it's a bit off, or he says there's not enough.
Yeah.
And when they really don't put into detail, so they give us a call, we come out, check it out, and 9 times out of 10, they're right.
Yeah.
It could be 5 inches too short
Mhm.
or just improper insulation or just done wrong. There's so many different reasons, different why wouldn't it would be working, even if you could have all the insulation up there in the world, and if there's not enough ventilation, we'll
Mhm.
get into that a
Yep.
little later.
Yep.
But if there's not enough ventilation, I mean, they go hand in hand with each other. So it's not just, hey, if I have a ton of insulation, I'm fixing all my
Right.
problems. So there is a couple little steps to it, but
Still need to get the heat out.
yeah, still got to get the heat out and not keep it. It's almost like
Baking in the
sauna.
attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Yep.
we'll get it. Like I said, we'll get into that ventilation here a little bit.
So explain R value for the people that don't understand. What does it mean?
Well, really simple. The higher the R value, the
Mhm.
higher the efficiency. I
Mhm.
mean, the higher the R value, the higher the insulation.
Got
I
it.
mean, the more insulation, the higher the R value.
Yep.
So it's really very simple. If you got an R1 between an R60, I mean, R60 is going to be the best bet.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we want to look in the St. Louis area. We're looking to be around an R38 to
Mhm.
R49. I
Mhm.
recommend the R49 to R60, but R60 is really not in our. It's not going to be in our books right now for inspections or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yep.
It's in colder states,
Mhm.
but we're eventually going to adopt that code, and it
Well, let's talk about price real quick. What would realistically what's a normal attic size that we do? A
about
couple
1,000 square feet. I
Okay,
mean,
so
800 to 1,000 square feet is your normal attic. I mean,
so what
anything
would be the
above that.
difference in cost between a 48 and a 60 on that?
Let's say we're looking about,
Because
I
let's
would
say
say,
what
even between our,
1,000 in material.
mm, we're looking at for 1,000 square feet, we're probably looking roughly at between an R38 and R49. We're looking at roughly about a $300 to $400 difference
So
in
it's
price.
insane not to go just to
Just a
R60.
little higher. I
Yeah.
mean, but at the end of the day, if you have nothing,
Mhm.
that's what I always tell people, you
Yeah.
can't afford that R60.
Yeah.
If you have an R10,
Yeah.
at least get it to that R38,
Yep.
and you're gonna be saving yourself a lot of money, a lot of time, just because we're saving that HVAC from, running so much,
Mhm.
racking up electric bills,
Yep.
comfortability in the homes, so we're not having everyone being happy, and then one of the
Well, that's what you hear all the time, right? And
one room.
I still need to get you over to my parents because everybody always is like, this one room is either hotter or colder than the
Yep.
rest. And it's usually because you go up there. Well, we found it a bunch of times where, or at least you've told me a bunch of times where, maybe they're doing like they had a roof leak or something
Yep.
and they moved all the insulation from like above that and just never put it back.
Yeah, I mean, normal 9 times out of 10, the contractors, electricians, plumbers, HVAC, not speaking for all of them,
Yeah, sure.
but
Sure.
they will
They
move it
know
out
who
of
they
the
are
way.
listening to this.
Yeah, they know who they are. Yeah, if they're listening. If they move it out of the way, it's itchy, it's nasty, it's dusty,
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass to work with. They're not touching it again.
Yeah.
I mean, if they'd even touched it the first time, they
Right.
probably took a rake and raked it back and then left it at that. But it's just little things like that that could affect your home tremendously, just in humidity, comfortability, and efficiency.
Yep. So talking about efficiency, so look this up beforehand as well. So, uh, if homes have properly adequate insulation and upgrading to the recommended levels, which we kind of talked about in the, 48 right now, right?
Mhm.
And if you have a little bit more money, definitely do the 60. Here's the reason why. So reducing heating and cooling costs by 15 to 30%. Now, I know a good amount of us in St. Louis are paying a good amount for electricity. And I believe prices just went up again as well.
And they will
And
every
they'll
year.
continue to go up.
Yep.
So if you're paying, I mean, I don't have a home, right? I got an apartment and I pay a good amount and I need to get a home. It's so annoying. But, if I'm paying, let's just say during the summer, $180 a month, I can only imagine what, you're paying on an average home. And that's per month, right? So if you can cut your costs by 15 to 30%, I mean, you're essentially saving that money on the R60 in the first handful of months.
Oh, 100%. I'll give you a scenario.
Yeah.
My uncle, He has a home that's about 1,600 square feet. Um, and I have a home that's about 1,100 square feet. We're just talking about efficiencies. And my highest electric bill, 1,100 square feet. Home was built a little different. So it's a little inefficient in that way. But let's say my highest electric bill was about $330. And that was in
That's
this heat
crazy.
wave.
Yeah.
That was nuts. And that's not because I have inadequate insulation, but because because it would have been higher. I already did my attic and it's already done right.
Yep.
But it's my HVAC, my heat pump. I don't have a heat pump. My water heater, little things like that.
Yep.
My uncle has a 1,650 square foot house, and he has all his stuff efficiency. His attic's done right. All of the things are done right. And his highest electric bill out of the whole year is like $80.
That's insane.
So that just shows you, having those few steps, windows, doors, HVAC, insulation, those things can really cut your costs down, especially if it's a place you're going to call home for the rest, for the
Inevitable future.
Yeah, it's. I mean, and
I always think it's funny, the older generation, like, I'm gonna die in this home.
Yeah. I'm definitely not dead in my home, that's for sure. But it just shows you that what I'm selling is a product, and I'm not trying to sell you on a product that isn't going to make a return on investment. I'm selling something that you are going to make a return on investment, and it will pay itself off in due time. So in reality, I'm really not selling you anything. I'm selling you something to make you money.
It's really not that expensive to get your attic done.
No, it's very reasonable.
And if you want a quote, you can reach out to Evan.
Yep.
I'm not gonna tell you on air. You can figure it out, or go to westcountyinsulation.com, of course. But yeah, it's really not a ton of money to properly insulate your attic. So not only are we saving on energy bills, but also your HVAC can run 10 to 20% less frequently, extending lifespan by 5 to 10 years. We also know how much HVAC unit prices and everything have gone up, especially since COVID. And so all of this adds up.
Yeah, I mean 100%. I mean our prices for new insulation, and you just said 5 to 10 years on HVAC unit. I mean they're 10% of what an HVAC cost.
Yep.
Maybe 10 to 20, maybe high note 30.
Yeah.
But 10 normal homes that just need a little 10 and 11 care, like 10 to 20%. And I mean units right now, we all know they're going for $18,000 to $25,000 a swap out.
So the reason we know about this, or you know about this, you used to work at your uncle's HVAC business. What was the name?
Eureka Heating.
Eureka Heating and Cooling. We really screwed the pooch on acquiring that one.
Yeah, we did.
God.
I'd say I screwed the pooch.
We were young. A lesson for a different day. But that was a while ago, right? So.
Oh shoot,
because that was before you came over to West County.
Yeah, that was
5 years ago.
When I
maybe 4 years ago.
Moved, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I worked for them for 7.
But what was the price of a replacement? Oh, when you quit? It was when you left?
8 to 7 to 8 or 7 to 10.
Yeah,
I mean it's doubled.
Doubled in 5 years.
Yeah, over doubled. 55% increase since COVID hit.
Yeah,
I want to say just depends on what unit you go with too. So we're not just saying they're all that expensive. You go with the bottom line, bare minimum. Like you might get a little cheaper than what I said, but most of them are. I mean, if you want a good quality company installing it, so it's done right. Because if it's installed improperly, you can kill the life of that unit by 33%.
We know plenty of HVAC companies to stay away from. Oh my God!
Oh, that will just destroy your house, or sell you a.
It's like your condenser isn't working, but actually we should just replace the whole unit. You need new duct work. It's gonna be $25,000.
Yeah, exactly. When it's a $350 motor, that could have went in, and you could have got another 5 years out of it.
Meanwhile, I'm in an apartment with probably a 20-year-old HVAC unit. I was just talking about at the pool with a bunch of people this weekend that live there. I was like, I might just pay someone. Because it's like right around a curve. I was like, I may just pay someone just to go up a little bit and just to run through those. I'll tell Bill, my neighbor, hey, we need the cameras off.
Yeah.
And no one's going to know the better.
Everyone gets-
Everyone's going to be happy. Everyone gets new HVAC units. I guess someone's car gets destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't think that one through, but yeah, so annoying. So, yeah, so let's talk about the beginning. That was weird. Let's talk about the beginning of West County Insulation, because your brother, of course, Andrew Archambault, and Clayton started it right for the first couple of months, correct?
Yeah,
And then you came on board like a couple months after that, right?
yeah,
I don't even remember
I was
exactly
the
how that
one
went down.
who started it,
Yeah.
but I was working that full-time job.
Mhm.
Kind of had growing pains to go through and
Yeah.
jump ship, but it was hard because I worked for family and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, and I knew they needed me, so I kind of made that transition slowly. Probably should have ripped the Band-Aid off a little quicker than I did. But my brother was interested and kind of started doing the day-to-day things while I was working part-time, full-time, then part-time. Then I was working with him, and then finally jumped ship and him, and then then Clayton jumped on board with me and Andrew. And then that was us three for a long time, and now there's a good group of us.
Yeah.
So now there's about 6 of us. So it's been a slow roll, but I feel like once we got past that hump,
Yep.
it definitely started moving a little quicker.
Yeah, no, I mean, you guys are doing well. West County Insulation is definitely doing well. I think, do we have the most reviews on Google now, or do we? We might be
We're
second now.
second. We're second. The other one, they've been in business for quite a while. They got like 350 something.
They're buying reviews or something. Those are fake.
Buying reviews or yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
franchise.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking, guys.
Can't say too much.
I'm just playing. Of course not. For the most part, it is pretty interesting. We don't have a lot of, and maybe you would know more, but with insulation, kind of the reason that, Vibe partnered with you guys on that is, I've talked about it on the podcast. We just continuously saw how much money we were generating for home service companies that were our clients. Obviously, you and your brother have been doing construction forever. We saw the market gap in insulation in St. Louis because there's really only, a handful.
Yeah, when we were, because
we're talking there was like 5.
Yeah, there was not a lot. There's more now.
There's way more now.
Way more.
Well, we know there's way more because when we started the business, we were getting leads for $40.
Yep.
Leads on Google are now $90.
Yeah, that's why
cost per click is more than doubled.
Oh yeah,
and that's crazy.
Yeah, and just in the last.
That's in the last 4 years.
4 years. Yeah,
yep. And that's, sadly, that's not even only insulation. It's really not every home service industry, but a lot of the industries that we're working in, we have seen lead costs just continue to balloon.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's necessarily, obviously Google's making more money, but it's really the nature of a ton more advertisers coming in and people dumping more money, bottom line.
Yeah.
So now we have to be way more competitive because instead of having to compete with those 5 people, now we got essentially nationwide backers being able to compete with West County Insulation, which they can't. Good luck. So there's so many homes. So I've always said to you, when it comes to like, okay, so people are thinking right now, do I have enough insulation in my attic? I've always told you, just go up into the attic, take a ruler, right? Because we know R48 is what, like 12 to 14 inches?
It's R49 is about. It's
Depends.
it depends on what material too.
Sure.
Fiberglass, but we're ranging about, anywhere from 14 to 17 inches.
So it should be and another half ruler over your ruler.
If you stick your ruler in there and you can still see your ruler,
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Big problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you go up there and you can see the rafters, the 2x4s that run across the joist, then don't even bring the ruler up.
Yeah.
And just look up there and get down.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly that you have very too little. But most of the houses like we go into, they're ranging from, honestly, the biggest majority I see is 2 to 4 inches.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that's in not your newer homes, like I said,
Mhm.
but I mean, it'll make the world of a difference.
We should go back. We should go back to some of these jobs that we've done and have them log into their Ameren account, look at energy usage,
We're actually
because that'd be interesting.
we're
Obviously, we don't want to look at the dollar amount because that just keeps skyrocketing, but the actual energy usage itself.
um the hotel in Fenton,
Okay.
Jay.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the 6-month mark. I gotta call him back, and then he's
Nice.
gonna give me 6 months. I don't want to see 1 month.
Yeah.
You know, and then call him
That's
back
fair.
another month.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean? I was like, because I need to see.
We need like a year. Or 6 months,
Honestly,
6
6,
months,
and
but
then
yeah.
I can do 6 months again. I figured, I could either hit him up once or I could hit him up twice. And I
Mhm.
could hit him up every month for 12
But
months.
Ameren, you can look at what you spent last year on same month.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at weather.
He had no insulation in that hotel, and we dumped. So we did an R60, and
Got it.
I mean, it was a U-Haul full of, it
Yeah.
was 200 bags put into that, but it was a lot of square footage. So
Yep.
he will see a tremendous difference. I mean, he had nothing, and he was complaining his electric bills were like $2,000.
I'm sure all of the people staying there are gonna appreciate it too.
Yeah, with that, he has commercial units.
Okay.
So, like, you can just dump. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, yeah, it will be a little uncomfortable in the beginning if you don't have that AC
On.
low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what his problem was. He could have had it set high to a certain temperature,
Yeah.
and then they could have went in and brought that temperature down quicker. So
Mhm.
now when they're going in and if let's say he turns it up to 75,
Yeah. It's
he's
gonna take forever to get
it's
back
gonna take
down.
forever because he's cooling off the first 15 inches of this from the ceiling down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a hot zone.
Yeah.
Just so you're pretty much your AC's just kind of fighting that until
Yep.
it gets that temperature to kind of equalize in the
Yeah.
whole room.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, my electric bills are this price, and you're like, yeah, no, you have
You're
50 rooms.
You're
Yeah, it's like-
wasting all this.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. When people aren't here, you have it set to, and that's where his electric bills were high, is because he couldn't set it to 75.
Yeah.
He had to set it to like 70,
Yeah.
70, 71. And so his system's just
Always moving.
always moving, even when he's, let's say half the hotel's not rented out
Mhm.
and he's running half the rooms, he's running AC in them. Like,
Yep.
no wonder your electric bill's $2 to $5,000.
Yeah.
I don't
crazy,
think
yeah.
it was $2,000. I think he was ranging.
Yeah.
So his bill was higher than 2.
That actually doesn't sound like that bad for a 50-room hotel.
But I think I think I was mistaken. I think he was saying like he was ranging his highest electric bill or his normal electric bill. He was $2,000 over that. He didn't give us the total electric bill.
Okay.
So I think he was like, he saw a 2,000 increase in the wintertime. Was
Mhm.
like, and just bought the place and was like, what?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't afford $2 more every month. I
Yeah.
mean, that's $24,000.
Yep.
Just
That's
in
what
that
I'm saying.
extra,
Yeah. Yeah.
just
yeah.
in that extra. So
Yeah.
if he paid us not anywhere close to $24,000,
Mhm.
and if let's say he says that just that $2,000 on the front,
Yeah.
and it's just maybe let's say it's not even 12 months out of the year, it's just 2 months
Mhm.
out of the year.
Make-
2 years he just paid for his bill.
Yeah.
2 more years he just made $8,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
10 more years
Yeah. A lot.
he just made $80,000.
And add in the HVAC unit cost.
exactly.
savings.
And less on maintenance,
Mhm.
less things breaking down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very true.
let's add on another $50K for that.
We know how much commercial HVAC is an absolute pain in the
You
ass.
think residential's
Yeah.
high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Times it by 4.
Yeah,
That's what commercial costs are.
Yeah. It's insane. I feel like they're at our building once a month at least.
Oh,
At least. That's
I mean, yeah, I'd say especially that bill.
thank God we don't own that building because I'm sure they're paying.
That's
I always
a basement fire if
Oh my
if we owned it.
Yeah, that's yeah. What's the insurance on this building? All right. So let's talk about some of the when it comes to ventilation, right? Okay, great. So you have insulation, right? But it still needs to be able to vent out because we don't do encapsulated attics in the Midwest, really, do we?
No, it's
Where
not
do you
a
s where do you even see that? Where they can't do basements, right? So they have to have, like, utilities and stuff
Yep, that
in the attic, so they
yeah.
have to be able to, like
That's like in, shoot. It's just in, like, I think Texas.
where it's, like, where they're on slabs.
Yeah, where they're on slabs. We don't do encapsulations. I mean, trust me, there's companies out there that give it the world,
Yeah.
and I'm not knocking it at any point. Certain homes need it to become comfortable and fix an old home that really wasn't built the right way.
Yeah.
Certain situations, I completely agree, but at the end of the time, like, for the price, I mean, you better die in the house. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
insane. That's a lot.
it's expensive. I
Yeah.
mean, and if anyone says it's not, just do you could go on Google
Yep.
and find out just a rough price without getting a quote and be
Mhm.
like, "Wow, that's on the higher side." For
Have you
what
have you
we
gone into an attic that's
Yeah, yeah,
yep.
I've gone into an attic, and I
Yep.
mean, it's sweet. I mean, you could live in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could paint the walls and
Mhm.
put a vent in and then set up flooring and live in the attic. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong, but for the price, I just, for what you're trying to accomplish for our normal homes where we
Yeah.
live, I mean, I just don't see the return on
Wait.
investment.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm a big guy we both are.
Yeah.
Return on like, if it's not gonna
Hey,
make me
I
a
have a
return
marketing
on
agency.
investment, it
Yeah, it's
doesn't
all
make
about it's yeah, exactly. It's
I was
not
like,
making
"Why
our
do it?
clients money.
Then
Yep.
why do it?"
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, basements and crawl spaces, definitely spray foam
Yeah.
encapsulations, certain situations, they're great. I mean, they have to be done to fix the problem, to fix the certain humidity problem.
Yeah. It's
Like
a lot of humidity issues.
all
Yeah.
there's all different types of ways, but it's all different scenarios for different homes. All the home, I mean, drive down the street for 10 minutes. And you can't tell me each contractor built that home for those 10 minutes that you
Yeah.
drove down the road. So every home's going to be a little different, structurally different. So you're going to have to every house has a different way of insulating properly, just like they have a different way of doing the roof, different way of, you know, framing up the home, different
Mhm.
ways of running electric because
Yep.
they did it different ways. It just all depends on, at the end of the day, how the home is built and what is necessary and what can benefit you the most without breaking your bank. And even if they don't see a huge change on that electric bill, at least I could fix that hot room in the corner, or make the house humidity not a little bit more comfortable. The house is kind of cooling down a little better. It's not so sticky in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
I mean, just little things like that. Even if I'm not saving them a huge amount, I'm solving other problems that they
Correct.
have in their
We
home.
talked about it. Hot rooms.
Hot rooms, I mean, even homes that are older that have, nice hardwood floors, that house should stay to a certain type of humidity
Mhm.
for the health of those floors,
Yep.
or those handrails,
Yep.
or just really any woodwork in your home.
Yep.
So there's just a ton of things that we could shoot the shit about it all day long about why they need to do certain things certain ways. But at the end of the day, the cheapest and the most the most cheapest and benefit thing you can do is adding insulation into your attic.
Yeah.
Maybe blocking off your band boards into the basement. There's just little things that they don't have to, break.
Add up to a lot.
Yeah, break their bank to kind of help the house.
So when it comes to the encapsulation thing was leading me to like the ventilation of the attic itself because we're doing attic fans every time, correct? I mean, pretty
Oh, yeah,
much.
we're selling them
What's the benefit of that?
pretty much it's going to be on the top of the house, depending on the size of the home, you need 1 to 2. Usually it's 1. I
Mhm.
mean, bigger homes, we're looking at 3 to 4,000 square feet that we're looking more than 1.
Sure.
But, that house, like those attics get, let's say 100 to 140 degrees, right?
Mhm.
Especially with us having 100 degrees outside.
Yep. Yep.
And I always tell customers, even if it's 100 degrees outside and your attic's 140, even if we were getting airflow and pulling in 100-degree weather, I mean, that would still benefit you because you're pulling in 100 degrees.
Yes.
And we're circulating that air instead of just being baking like a sauna.
Mhm.
Because I always tell people, if you could have all the insulation in the world, but if you don't have enough ventilation with that insulation, I mean, at some point, it's going to be shooting you in the foot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I always remember back in the day seeing those larger homes that had, like, them just lining the roof.
yep, those are going to be your soffits. Those are going to be
Like, the very top along the
the
ridge.
tops. Okay, you're talking about
Like, underneath the ridge, they just be lined right there. I haven't seen them, though, in a minute.
yeah. There's those normal ones that are like self-propelled. I forget exactly the word for them, but a roofer call them whirly birds.
Okay.
They spin. But I always tell people what the solar is going to benefit you better than that is that we live in St. Louis, and if you can tell me that every day is windy,
Mhm.
every day has a breeze. I mean,
No, that's
not
not true.
no, not a bad chance. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
what that's going to benefit is with that solar fan, it's going to have a solar powered motor, a 1500, I think 1550 CFM motor, and that's just going to pull air from your attic out.
Mhm.
And what's that's pulling it from? It's either depends on the home and what they have. They're either going to have 2 gable vents on each side of the home, on the
Yep.
side of the siding,
Yep.
and that fan is going to be in the middle. And it's going to pull from those and pull it out to the top.
Got it.
Or we're pulling from our soffits. Depending on the house, some houses are older, they don't have soffits. We do soffit ventilation. Depending if it's accessible and we can get to it.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that's known on
Yeah.
this if someone's listening.
A lot. Yeah.
We come there and we say we can't do it. We're not going to try it.
Yeah.
Because we've done it before. And
Yeah, we have.
we've done it before.
We learn the hard way sometimes, folks.
And we just like to try. We like to try to make get the customer the best attic they can have. And sometimes it's just when that's how the house is built.
Yep.
It just takes too much.
Yep.
It's not gonna for the work that needs to be done to get outside,
Mhm.
and then let's say outside, and we have to go through certain things. Then we're looking at siding getting fixed.
Yep.
We're looking at a big bill.
Yep.
Because we're bringing in more than one. Just us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we will tackle mostly every job, but there are certain things we have to kind of put our foot down. We've learned our lesson, and we're just like, no, that's
Yeah.
not doable.
That's fair.
And we'll refer them to a contractor that will
Do it.
do all that work because
Got
it's not just that kind of steps over the line of insulation.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
we go so far, but then you're putting us as a contractor.
Correct.
And that's kind of not our niche.
Yep.
It's not what our bread and butter is, not what we do every single day, consistently
Yep.
to keep the crews growing.
Do you guys get asked if the solar fan leaks?
Yes.
Is that a concern?
We have never had one leak. We warranty it up for a year on that. And after that year, I mean, if it's leaking, that's something else happened.
Got it.
A storm, hail damage, tornado pulled it up. I doubt that's going to happen. If it pulled it up, I mean, we have a lot more issues.
Yeah.
than you're not worried about the solar fan because
Sure.
the whole roof is gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, sure,
so
sure.
stuff like that. I know we've been, this year, Jesus Christ, we've been hit with
Yeah, this year has been
horrible for tornadoes.
Yeah, it's
Shout
been-
out to anybody who is affected by it. We do not like to benefit from the storms. We do benefit from the storms, but
of course
we-
contractors do. Yeah.
we hate to see people's hard work and what they've worked their whole life for just absolutely get ripped from.
Yeah, I was talking about that on the podcast for like probably 2 weeks in a row about the tornado. Where to donate and give money to. Did you actually see? There's a little dispute going on with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and I think the city council, because some Post-Dispatch writer wrote about how the Black Lives Matter movement wasn't up there supporting like the North County and North City residents that got hit by the tornado. And then everyone is just listing out all of these organizations that were there.
There was a ton.
Like 5 minutes after it happened, and this Post-Dispatch writer, Post-Dispatch is dead, ladies and folks.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. What are they charging now?
There was
Let me see how much it is to just get the website.
there was a really good team. I can't remember
It's
exactly.
$1 a month.
$1 a month. There was a really good team out there handing out waters.
But then it renews at
A bunch of food and all that
$17
stuff.
every 4 weeks. That's insane. $17. to have an online.
I wonder how much.
That's like Netflix.
I wonder how
I
much.
pay less for Spotify for all my music.
I wonder how much. I wonder how many subscribers he is. Does it say?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'd have to look back at it, but I just found it amusing. I was like, because St. Louis did a pretty good job at coming together on that. I mean, we had, obviously, you were down there with some of our demo guys doing a bunch of work in North City up there where the tornado went through. And then, I mean, was that last year when we were down in Arnold a bunch?
Yeah.
Or was that this?
That was this year. That was this
There's
year.
the-
Same. We were
That's right. We've had more
back to back.
Yeah, we've had more tornadoes.
It went through Arnold
Yeah.
and Imperial
Yep.
towards that area. I mean, shoot, my house got absolutely dumped on, and
Mhm.
all the siding, roof already got replaced, but I'm still, if State Farm is listening to this, you are the worst insurance company. in
Yeah, we already
taking
know
people
this.
to the cleaners.
We already know this.
It's just awful.
So let's look up I've said this forever, the percentage of homeowners in St. Louis that have State Farm. This is going to blow your mind.
It's disgusting.
It's like, it was like 50%.
It's going to be lower than that. Shout out to you guys. I'm dropping you the second you cover the rest of it.
They have 33% of market share statewide. I obviously, I was in insurance for a year. I thought it was something like 50%. When was that? Like 5 years ago? But yeah, I mean, State Farm has been known not to cover, especially roofs. Like in the last 5 years. When I was at Farmers 5 years ago, trying to build a book of business and build a business over there. Tried is the key word. I mean, State Farm was known just to straight up try and not, I mean, this insurance, right?
Yeah,
In general,
but at the same time,
State Farm's notoriously.
Oh, they're worse. I mean,
realistically, I tell everyone, you should be going to a broker for insurance.
Oh, of course.
Like, you shouldn't be going to, State Farm is captive. I mean, maybe they could sell a few different products, but wouldn't you rather go to an insurance broker that can, go through 30 different providers and figure out, number one, how much coverage do you need, and understand that? Then once you have that, just go out and see from the good companies who's going to be the cheapest.
Yeah.
And then do that.
We were doing it last minute, and I didn't do Travis.
Yeah.
And man, I'm regretting it right now so hard. I am really paying for it. So now, the second they cover it, I'm calling Travis and being like, "Give me some."
Yeah. Please.
I don't care what it costs. At this point, I'd pay $200 extra a month. I don't care if I don't have to deal with some. Just the way the world's going. That's not the last time my shit's getting.
I said this years ago. I said people would pay more for insurance if they knew they didn't have to fight for the coverage.
Yeah. Everyone would. That's been a nightmare. I have a legal team fighting them, and I'm fighting them as well.
So you could pay $150 a month, and we're gonna fight you for you to get your money.
The whole way.
Or you pay $300 a month. I mean, either way, you're getting screwed. So I guess
doesn't matter.
Insurance is such. I mean, the whole thing with California and all of these states. I mean, the big thing is with all these states, St. Louis really does get screwed, and people that are all of the money is disproportionately affected by people in California with wildfires, or Florida in that area always getting hit by hurricanes and stuff. Yeah, it's coming. The increase in costs across the board, and some of it is from those areas. So we are technically paying on behalf of people that live in areas that are more prone to storms and things like that, which is unfortunate for us. But what are you going to do? Yeah, insurance is ridiculous.
Yeah, they just downtown when we were down there cleaning up St. Louis, we did a few houses too for free.
Yeah,
for people who couldn't afford it.
Yeah,
but we can only
do so much.
only do so much down there without going bankrupt. Yeah. We could do everything for free.
Yeah, we got payroll and expenses and a business. Yes.
Exactly. So we did houses, and man, they just started coming through and slapping stickers on homes. And I was like, what are these like, I was just curious, and I know what a condemned sticker looks like.
They
You
condemn a
know,
lot of those homes.
shit, they were just slapping them on left and right for some of these homes that were, I mean, it was reasonable. It'd cost 3 times what it would cost to build a normal home to restore some of these historical
Yeah.
downtown homes. But
They're all brick and they're all
yeah, I mean, it was chaos down there. Like, it would take you, if you wanted to, you'd get your truck and trailer down there
damage is insane.
and to get to the house, and you'd pull in the neighborhood and you have hundreds of companies running around with their heads cut off, huge trucks, companies, bobcats. We had 2 units down there. We were just filling up dumpsters and running them.
Yeah.
We unloaded 100 loads.
Well, there was like, I forget which tree company I saw, but they had police escorting them around for like a week after that.
Because they got a contract.
They had like 3 massive trucks just going back and forth.
They got a contract on the most necessary things that needed to be done, so Ameren could come in and get people power.
Okay,
Because
so
there's people.
Yeah.
We
Can't get in there and fix the lines, yeah.
There's people 3 weeks after that storm that still didn't have power.
Yep.
Didn't have a roof.
Yep.
Didn't have, you know what I mean? Like, didn't have a car. I mean, like, there was multiple there was a tree, there was a car or a tree that was so big and a car that was so small, it smashed it so much to where we didn't even see it underneath
Didn't even see the car.
We didn't even see the car underneath there, and they started cutting the tree up. And you saw the guy's face, he was like, oh shit, there's a car down here. Like, they had no clue because the branches were just all over it. Like, they started cutting it up, and that was right in front of one of our properties. And we were cleaning up, and man, he just like, the guy goes, oh shit.
That's crazy.
And so they had to stop the project.
Yeah.
Take photos for insurance, have the customer come out.
I'm sure you don't know if someone's in that car potentially either.
Yeah.
That's
I know
crazy,
there was some fatalities.
There
this
was,
year.
yeah.
Definitely this year. I mean, we were in Fenton when it hit. And we just sat in the car, and man, if it would have been anything like that over here, we just got the tail, like, very end of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the truck was going back and forth. Whoops, I'm not supposed to spin, but
No.
back and forth. And I was just like, that would be wild.
I don't
down
remember
there.
where I was when that happened.
It came quick. Like, it came.
I was paying attention though.
It snapped. You snapped your fingers, and it was over.
Well, I
crazy.
texted a bunch of people.
Like, you good? You safe?
No, like right before, because I saw the massive storm coming in, and usually I try and pay attention if a big thunderstorm's coming in with the potential of like tornadoes or anything like that. And I saw the hook.
Yeah, it was.
So you, like, literally, I forgot. I think Ryan Hall, y'all, who I've talked about on this channel before, who like actively tracks storms. Like, he's great to watch live on YouTube if like crazy stuff's going on around here.
He's in the middle of it.
Yeah, so he'll get like live updates on his thing, and he'll like go into counties and stuff like that. It's crazy what he's able to do. He's got a big team. He's got a bunch of like live storm followers. So they'll have, like, if they think it's going to come through St. Louis, they'll have like a handful of people here all posted up in different spots looking for tornadoes. But that way, I mean, it's crazy because they've gotten eyes way before anybody else even knew. Like, they'll be like, tornado on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, they saw the one.
And
it was the one, because didn't this tornado start all the way down in like,
dude,
not Washington? That's the one that went all the way up. It started in Washington, Missouri. It went through like Gray Summit. Was that the same tornado?
No, I don't think so.
That was another tornado that went through Chesterfield.
That was the first one.
There's so many tornadoes this year.
Yeah,
it's been crazy.
Crazy. And like, what was even crazy, there was people posting, or my wife's sister was coming back like that same week, like the next day or a couple days after, and landing at the St. Louis airport. You could see the line, like where it touched, and where it stopped.
That's crazy.
Just one big line from the air, and she said it was huge. She took pictures of it, but it was huge. And I was just like, if you could see it from.
Remember the Joplin line back in the day when that happened?
Jeez, that was way worse than ours.
Yeah.
That was way worse than ours.
I watched a documentary. I think there's a documentary now. It's all go on like Netflix or something.
Yep.
And I watched that, and I was like, that is horrifying.
Yeah.
That thing was huge.
Yeah. There's a lot more fatalities on that one.
Yeah, I think there was hundreds. I don't remember exactly, but that was terrible. That was a long time ago already now, I think. When was that? 2011. Yeah, that's right. It happened like a week after we graduated high school, or it had just happened, or I graduated in 2011. It like happened right after that. 4 billion in damage. 158 fatalities.
What was
That's insane.
what was our damage
I think they said like,
for this last one?
I think they were saying like 2 billion. And resulted in at least 1 billion in property damage.
Jesus. So that's not even
a
close.
quarter of Joplin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Before we get out of here, tell the people what makes West County different. And we've already actually hit on a lot of this if you've been listening to this. But realistically, I think there's a lot of people, there's a lot of fly-by-night contractors. There's Handyman STL. You can go on all these Facebook groups of contractors and companies scamming people.
Of course.
And just doing awful work. And I think that's one thing that we're really proud of with the companies that we own is, of course, doing good work. But, why should someone use West County Insulation versus someone else here in St. Louis for their insulation needs?
Well, we're going to be, just breaking it down, we're going to be an easy company to work with. We're going to, come to your house, give you a full inspection of the home, make sure that we go over everything that, we dot our T's, see any problems that you see. Well, first of all, even going in a home, we want to know what the problems are for you before we even go up into the attic and find out their problems, because that kind of helps us kind of figure out what is our goal to knock your things out and also to get it to the way it needs to be. We're going to give you a quote nice and quick right after we the same day, same time. We'll talk about the quote at the job or at your house. And we're just reliable. Our quote, our Google reviews say it all for us. Me and my brother a little bit. Me and my brother come from blue collar family. And
the Archambaults are a bunch of hardworking boys.
Yeah, and our name
same with Josh.
Yeah. And our name is huge to us because grew up from great parents and was just told to never tarnish the family name, and still will never do it to this day. If someone would ever post in something and say this guy did this to me or he did this wrong, I have family. I have a huge family. I have tons of people know my last name. I'm not going to tarnish that last name, my reputation on what I stand by, and so do right by the people of St. Louis. This is my home. Not planning on going anywhere anytime soon, and I want to help my community save as much money as possible in the near future, just to live a comfortable, more happy life.
Well, we need to save energy because we need data centers built in our backyards. Okay. That was crazy in St. Charles. If you guys didn't kind of see that whole thing with the data center, but that was interesting. Anyways, so please, if you don't know, take a peek in your attic. If you don't want to take a peek in your attic, just reach out to us, westcountyiinsulation.com. We'll have that on there, of course. Go check out our Google business profile. It's got a ton of good reviews. You can go on social media and look at us. A bunch of stuff posted about jobs and things like that. And yeah, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. As always, please like, review, subscribe, leave a comment. If you want to talk to the best damn marketing company on the planet, you know where to go, vi.media. And of course, podcast studio, halfcoaststudios.com here in St. Louis. If you need help with editing, distribution, if you want to come in here and record, they could take care of that all at halfcoaststudios.com. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.